Have you ever felt like your mind just doesn't stop talking? Thoughts keep spinning, worries stack up, and even in silence, there's noise. We live in a world that rewards constant motion. More tasks, more goals, more everything. But sometimes, what we really need is less. The empty space philosophy begins here, in that rare, sacred pause between doing and being. It's not about emptiness as in nothing, but emptiness as in room to breathe. Imagine sitting under a tree, doing nothing for 5 minutes. No phone, no plans, just you. At first, it feels uncomfortable, maybe even pointless. But then something beautiful happens. You begin to hear the sound of your own presence. In the quiet, your mind begins to unclench. That's where peace lives. Not in control, not in perfection, but in surrendering to stillness. Empty space isn't a lack of life. It's the space where life begins again. It carries so much expectations, regrets, responsibilities, memories we can't rewrite. They weigh us down until we forget what lightness feels like. The empty space philosophy invites us to ask a difficult question. What am I still holding on to that no longer serves me? Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or giving up. It means trusting that your worth doesn't depend on what you carry, but on who you are when you finally set it down. Think of your mind like a room cluttered with objects from your past, worries about your future, and things that never truly belonged to you. You can't see its beauty until you clear the floor. So start small. Release one thought, one fear, one expectation at a time. Empty space is not a loss. It's an invitation. An invitation to make room for peace, for joy, for something new to find you. Freedom begins not by adding, but by releasing. We are taught to chase, to hustle, to keep moving, or risk being left behind. But what if stillness isn't weakness? What if it's power? In the empty space philosophy, the pause is sacred. It's the breath between heartbeats, the rest between notes that makes music possible. The pause gives meaning to the motion. It's where reflection turns into realization. There was once a sculptor who was asked how he created such beautiful statues. He smiled and said, "I don't create. I just remove what doesn't belong." That's what the pause does. It removes the excess, the chaos, the noise, until only truth remains. Don't be afraid to stop, to breathe, to do nothing for a while. Because sometimes the world moves too fast for your soul to catch up. And in that pause, you'll find the strength to begin again, not rushed, but renewed. In nature, nothing grows all the time. The seed rests in darkness before it sprouts. The tree sheds its leaves before new life appears. The same is true for us. The empty space is where invisible growth takes place, where healing, reflection, and transformation silently work behind the scenes. Just because nothing seems to be happening doesn't mean nothing is. When life feels slow or uncertain, remember this: stillness isn't stagnation. It's preparation. You might not see the progress, but deep inside, your roots are strengthening. When we stop resisting the quiet seasons and learn to embrace them, we give life permission to bloom in its own time. Be patient with your space. Trust the pause. The emptiness you feel today may be the soil where tomorrow's purpose will grow. We've been taught that happiness comes from having more and more stuff, more success, more control. But often, the opposite is true. The empty space philosophy teaches that fulfillment grows when we strip life down to what truly matters. Simplicity is not poverty, it's clarity. It's realizing that joy doesn't come from what you own, but from the peace that flows when you stop needing more. There's a reason minimalist homes feel calming. It's not the furniture, it's the space. The same goes for your heart. When you let go of comparison, envy, and overthinking, suddenly you can breathe again. You start to see beauty in small things. A sunrise, a kind word, a quiet evening. Simplicity gives you back your presence. It's not about losing what's valuable. It's about losing what's not. And when you do, life feels lighter, deeper, more alive. The greatest gift of empty space is this: it gives you back you. Beneath the roles, the plans, and the noise, there's a quiet. It's an untouchable core that's always been there, waiting to be noticed. When you embrace empty space, you stop trying to become someone and start remembering who you already are. Peace, joy, and clarity aren't things you chase. They're things you uncover when you stop chasing. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel that space between the inhale and the exhale, That's life. That's presence. The empty space philosophy isn't about escaping the world. It's about being fully in it, but no longer trapped by it. So today, give yourself permission to pause, to let go, to simply be. Because in the emptiness, you'll find fullness beyond measure. And that, my friend, is freedom.